Releasing the fear of aging. There comes a time in life when aging stops being something in the distance and becomes something we feel. We notice lines on our face, stiffness in our joints, or changes in our energy. And suddenly, we're confronted with the parts of aging no one prepared us for. For many women, especially after 50, the fear of aging can show up quietly, in insecurity, in comparison, in feeling invisible, in wondering who we are becoming. Today I want to gently walk you through this fear and help you release it, layer by layer. Not by pretending aging doesn't exist, but by understanding it in a new, softer, and wiser way. Because aging isn't a loss. It's a transition into a version of you that is deeper, freer, and more grounded than ever. Let's begin. Understanding the fear of aging. The fear of aging isn't shallow. It's not vanity. It's not insecurity. It's human. We fear aging because we've been taught youth equals value, beauty equals acceptance, productivity equals worth, and being desirable equals being important. So when our appearance changes and our bodies soften or society makes us feel invisible, we internalize a message that should never have been ours. But here's the truth. The fear of aging is actually the fear of becoming unworthy. It's the fear of being overlooked, forgotten, or dismissed. It's the fear of losing relevance. It's the fear of being alone. It's the fear of time slipping away. Once we understand this, the healing can begin. Where the fear comes from. The fear of aging lives in the stories we've been told since childhood. Story 1. Women lose value as they age. This is a lie. A damaging old world belief, and yet we absorb it anyway. Story 2. Beauty has an expiration date. But beauty evolves. It deepens. It becomes soulful. It becomes something felt, not just seen. Story 3. Aging means decline. But for many women, aging isn't the first time they stop performing, the first time they truly claim themselves. Story 4. Your best years are behind you. Often, they're actually ahead of you. Now that you have wisdom, boundaries, clarity, and emotional depth, to release the fear of aging, we have to rewrite the stories that shaped it. Aging is not losing. It's softening into who you really are. What if aging is not a loss, but a returning? A returning to your natural rhythms. A returning to what truly matters. A returning to emotional honesty. A returning to boundaries that protect your peace. A returning to your real identity, beyond roles, expectations, and pressure. In your 20s, you perform. In your 30s, you juggle. In your 40s, you question. But in your 50s and beyond, you begin to be. This is the first era of life where many women start making decisions for themselves. Not for approval, not for achievement, and definitely not for others. Aging is not the end of beauty or value. It's the end of pretending. Releasing the fear. The body. Let's start with the body. Aging brings changes we didn't ask for. wrinkles, softness, hormonal shifts, a slower metabolism. But instead of fighting your body, you can begin inviting it into a new relationship. Whisper to yourself, "My body is not aging. My body is living." Every line is a story. Every scar is a survival. Every change is evidence that you are still here, still becoming, still evolving, and still worthy. Your body is not betraying you. It is carrying you forward. Releasing the fear. The mind. The mind fears aging because it fears the unknown. So speak to it softly. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of losing? What do I believe aging will take from me? Where did I learn those beliefs? Are they true or just inherited? Then ask, what has aging already given me? You will find your answers. Releasing the fear. Identity. Aging changes identity. You no longer may be in the role you once built your worth upon. Mother, partner, caregiver, fixer, achiever, and even peacekeeper. This can feel like loss or liberation, because now you get to decide who you want to be. Not who you needed to be. Not who others expected you to be. Who you choose to become. Aging is the first time many women finally meet themselves. Releasing the fear. Visibility. Many women fear aging because they fear becoming invisible. But invisibility is not your destiny. It's a reflection of society that doesn't yet understand your value. You are not fading. You are transforming. Your visibility now comes from your presence, your wisdom, your energy, your discernment, your boundaries, and your groundedness. People may overlook your age, but they cannot overlook your power. Stepping into the freedom of aging. Aging brings a freedom younger women rarely experience. Freedom from comparison. Freedom from performance. Freedom from perfectionism. Freedom from approval. Freedom from rushing. And freedom from fear. You can finally be unfiltered, unpressured, unapologetic, unpolished, unbothered, and unconditional with yourself. Aging is the freedom to live based on truth, not expectations. In conclusion, if you feared aging, you're not alone. But aging is not the end of beauty, or joy, or even meaning. It is the beginning of truth. This chapter of life is not about shrinking, but softening, expanding, and becoming grounded in who you truly are. You are not running out of time. You are stepping into your realness. And there is nothing more beautiful than a woman who is finally, fully herself.